Good morning. The Federal Reserve has barely started its Q2 earnings estimates and the commodity prices are already buzzing, with gold crossing $400 an ounce and crude oil trading at its 2-year peak. Other commodities too are gaining strength. The dollar recovered but at the cost of the euro, and the common currency has come under pressure amid renewed sovereign debt worries. The war of words continues over currency and trade imbalances ahead of the G20 summit. US President Obama has joined the chorus even as China expressed its displeasure on the latest Fed move. The principal downward trend of the dollar has not yet changed. This means that risky assets and emerging markets will continue to attract a good chunk of the global flows. India is no exception in this, and with a spate of big-ticket issues lined up, the dollar deluge will persist. Today, we expect a subdued start owing to indecisive global cues, so the bulls may have to wait a while before lifting the indices to record highs. The Nifty is likely to trade in the range of 6,200 to 6,300 in the near term, and it will find support at 6,200 and could see accelerated momentum after 6,300. We expect the markets to consolidate in the range of 6,220 to 6,340 before resumption of a fresh uptrend. A break below 6,200 might lead to some more selling. IIP data, inflation report, earnings, Chinese economic statistics and the G20 summit are some of the near-term events that could have some bearings on the sentiments. Since valuations have turned a bit expensive, one ought to be a little cautious and not get carried away by the momentum. The results to be declared today are Apollo Hospitals, BL Kashyap, BPL, Brigade Enterprise, Divis Lab, FT, GMR Infra, Hathway Cable, Hindalco, ICRA, OptoCircuits, Panacea Biotech, Sundaram Fasteners, Tata Motors, UB Holding and Varun Shipping. The other news for the day is India and the US are working jointly to set up a $10 billion infrastructure debt fund to finance large roads, ports and railway projects through public-private partnership. The government has disbursed agricultural credit of 897 billion rupees in the quarter ended June. That is 24% target of the 3.8 trillion rupees for the financial year. The Reserve Bank of India has called for clear demarcation of responsibilities of various regulatory authorities even after the government settled for a watered-down version for the proposed Financial Stability and Development Council following its objections. The State Steel and Mine Department is targeted to review 150 cases within the next 12 months. The Controller and Auditor General of India submits reports on 2G auction to the Finance Ministry. Glenmark Pharmaceuticals is close to becoming the first Indian company to develop an original novel chemical entity to treat diseases. Indian Oil Corp has hiked petrol prices by Rs 0.32 per litre with immediate effect. Power Grid sets $27 billion capex target for 2012-2017. ONGC, GAIL and SAIL and Indian Oil Corporation are amongst the companies which have been invited by NTPC Vidyut Vyapar Nigam to submit bids for developing solar projects under the first phase of the National Solar Mission. Vedanta Resources is facing hurdles to raise funds for its $9.6 billion deal to acquire Cairn India. Titan sets to add 100 stores in 3 years. Coal India will enter MSCI indices, including the MSCI India, from November 22nd. Moving on to the recommendations, the technical calls are a buy on REC. We advise buying the stock above levels of Rs 379 with a stop loss to be maintained at Rs 374 for a target price of Rs 390. And a buy on JP Associates. We advise buying the stock above levels of Rs 139 with a stop loss to be placed at Rs 135 for a target price of Rs 148. The derivative strategies are long ZEAL November future in the range of Rs 292 to Rs 294 for a target price of Rs 310 and the stop loss is to be placed at Rs 286. And long FSL November future in the range of Rs 28 to Rs 28.5 for a target price of Rs 31 and the stop loss is to be placed at Rs 26.5. Thank you and have a great day ahead.